There's three different ways to showcase the great work you've already delivered for clients as a freelancer. You could create a portfolio, which is a little bit more of a visual representation of the project you've completed. You could create a case study, which is a little bit more buttoned up, text heavy explanation of what you've contributed to a project and the outcome. So it's like a little report. And then finally, gaining recommendations and testimonials from past clients so they themselves can articulate the value you provided. Most freelance professionals will benefit from having a mix of all three of these, while they don't always match every circumstance, right? Like a portfolio is really heavy on, do you have visual elements to the projects you worked on that you can showcase? Whether you're a graphic designer, an illustrator, or a social media manager that's freelance, there's lots of great ways to visualize everything in a portfolio, whether you're using a social media portfolio tool like Gondola, or like a design heavy portfolio tool like Behance, or you're simply using Google Slides to visualize some of the project and work you've delivered. When you have a little bit more of a formal offering, or as a freelancer, or if you're, and by formal, I mean you're working less on the execution and more on the strategic insight, problem solving, advising, consulting, and there's less like visual outcomes, visual deliverables to showcase. That's when you'd rely more so on a case study with that's a little bit more text heavy. You probably articulate this in a Google Doc, a PDF. It could be in Google Slides too, where you explain concisely, what the challenge was, what your contributions were, and the results of that project, so that you're showcasing the beginning, middle, and end of the story and your contributions. And that's really particularly helpful, especially when you're focused on the strategic, like problem solving aspects, where there isn't, a logo to showcase your contributions. It's a little different. And then finally, everybody could benefit from gaining, every kind of freelancer could benefit from gaining testimonials and recommendations, whether they, provide them to you over email for listing on your website, or it's in the form of a LinkedIn recommendation, or they even record a video for you discussing your contributions. Those would benefit everybody of all backgrounds, but sometimes certain professions, maybe like freelance project management or freelance IT work, it might be more difficult to showcase those projects in a case study or portfolio format. So that's when you'd really lean more heavily on testimonials or recommendations.